Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm Olga, your host. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my love. Great to see you. And of course, I always love to check out the chat, see who's already here, how you doing. If you're logging in now or you're logging in later, especially during the live, let me know, where are you chiming in from? What country? What state? Where are you? How's it going? How you feeling? Hey, Jay. Jay Doro. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Jay. Great to see you. Thank you for joining me. So let's see what's going on today. What are we going to talk about today? Obviously, any questions you guys have, I'm going to be looking at the chat. Your comments are my fuel. Keep them coming. I will read them. I will share them. And I will respond. And again, if you're watching this replay, make sure to leave a comment afterwards as well. I do read them and I will respond. Plus, obviously, that helps the algorithm so that people know that I actually exist, and you can help me grow my channel so we can make this community bigger, better, the more the merrier, right? So, Jay, okay, it's just you and me for now. And you know what? That's fine. That's cool. Let me see. Somebody sent me. I want to look real quick into, I forgot to add this one link that someone had posted in one of the comments, and I thought I had pulled it up, and I'm looking and I don't see it. So give me 1 second. Oh, right. Huh. Bear with me. I believe it's here. I can't believe I had it. Oh. Guess it was a different video. I'm looking at the comments and I'm like, where was that comment? Thank you for your patience. I'm working it. Let me see. Found it. See, I don't give up. I'm not a giver-upper. I had someone tell me that years ago. They're like, Olga, yeah, man, you don't let something go, like, you're not a giver-upper. And I was like, that's cute. I like that. Of course, I've changed much since then. We're talking 20 years ago. And, I let go all the time now, no problem. I made sure of it. But nonetheless, I definitely have that tenacity where if I want something, I go for it. I don't give up, no matter what. But before, it was just like any issue. If somebody said something that bothered me, it would take me forever to get rid of that feeling, that thought. Now I'm like, all right, done. Not important. What's a priority here? What's a priority? And it literally, I've made myself to the point where I literally will delete the thought. Done. And there's a whole strategy to it. There's a whole process on how it works. And of course, like anything you do, the more you do it, the better you are at it. So, but when I give my word, when I give my promise, when somebody says, hey, can you do this for me? Or, can you share this? I'm like, all right. Because that's what it's all about. So, Max Quinones, welcome. Great to see you. Good afternoon from Massachusetts. Yes, thank you. I've lived in Boston, in fact, many years ago, but I did. Love it. Massachusetts. Okay. Albert Rios. Hello from New York City. What's up? I'm loving this. So far, we're all East Coast over here. Hey, Jay, where are you at? Oh, I just saw that, Jay. Just saw it. Sorry. Jay Doro. I'm a truck driver. I'm in Omaha for now. Laugh out loud. Good. Cool. I wonder, are you like on a break right now, or are you literally driving? Like, do you have a camera up or something? Or do you just have me on audio? And it's not that I could care less. Like the most, like, oh, it's Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. TGIF. Nah. But I mean, a lot of people do work that way, right? And I'm like, I'm a little sparkly, right? But for me, Friday could be a Monday. because I work every day. And I'm always on and ready for anything, especially a party, especially a good time, which if you've been here before, you know that's my style. It's okay. Let's talk about stuff that matters, but let's dissect it. Let me share my insight, but let's do it with some fun because everyone else is all this drama. He, they, the left, the right. Yet we all need the same things. So I don't buy it, don't care for it. Doesn't do anything for me. And one of the things I also did today was, I typically will like pick things like that matter to me, especially, or like where I see something's like weird or, I just want to call people out at the very least and have fun doing it. And like right now, I'm going to share in a second my screen. And like, I don't have cable. I haven't had cable for years. And I definitely recommend that you don't have cable. That's one way of being empowered, because if they can't get to you, they can't brainwash people on the screen, that little black mirror, then, what are they going to do? Nobody's paying attention. Everyone goes about their merry way. And of course, whether I click on world news, top stories, I'm going to share with you. And it just really irks me how it's like, this isn't news, I remember when I was a kid, my dad was always watching the news. And I'm like, ugh, like most kids, like boring, whatever. And as you get older, you're like, okay, this matters. Well, it matters when you're paying more for electricity, right? Like it matters when you can't leave the house and you're being told to be locked in. I mean, right? So more than ever, news matters. But this isn't the news. Like, remember how it used to be where like, okay, I studied journalism. And one of the things, and that's my pet peeve, is the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why. Just answer that question and shut up. Isn't that funny how Brian, obviously you guys I'm sure you already heard. Was it Brian Stelter? He's gone. Oh, what a surprise. You think? Why did it take them so long? But what I haven't known, and guys, let me know in the chat, is he going somewhere else? Did they get him another job? Did he start his own thing? Because I don't care. I'm hoping that us, the consumer, the more we don't consume their shit, the more that they're not going to do it. Because I can't sell something if nobody's paying attention or buying their product, supporting them. So, excuse me. Jay, getting some work done on my truck. Okay, cool. Just the facts, Jack. I love that. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to screen share. Let's get right into it. Let's see. So here's, like I was telling you, here's the news tab, right? Just go to YouTube, just hit explore, hit the news option, and here we go. So we got Ukraine. Let me say, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, so top stories. Crimea sabotage highlights Russia's woes in Ukraine war. Okay. Russia seen using Ukraine nuclear plant as shield. And see, look at these. Look at these WCNC. We got Bloomberg. We got, who's this? WPBF, CBS, ABC, routers. Again, all the ones that they favor, that they want you to know. Honoring the fallen Miami-Dade officer shot in line of duty. Oh, okay. All right. MBTA shuttle buses run through practice routes before Orange Line shutdown. Okay. Judge tasks DOJ with redacted information from the FBI Mar-a-Lago affidavit. Okay, we know that was happening, right? Yesterday, day before. Oh, and this is major top story news. Top story. Biden rides bike along South Carolina beach. I don't care whether it's Biden, Clinton, Trump. I don't care. Really? That's top story news. This is so insulting. Waste of my time. My brain cells. Okay. Arkansas's woman accused of selling human body parts on Facebook. Now, you got my attention there. Hold on. let's click on this one. What's going on here? I'm sure this is commercial. I don't get paid for this, guys. This is not a sponsored live. Developing story. Oh, sorry, guys. I had the
investigation of an Arkansas woman.
It comes after the Postal Service intercepted a shipment in Pennsylvania. The man receiving it, 40-year-old Jeremy Pauley.
Pennsylvania. And you guys know I live in Philadelphia. What? Dude, Pennsylvania. They're supposed to be all laid back, Quaker type past energy that's still big in here, you know. That's supposed to be nothing exciting happens here, right? Like Miami, LA, Chicago, New York, right? Even New Orleans, Texas, Dallas, Houston, Austin. This? Like, where are the people that are somebody, according to whoever pretends that they're somebody, because they have 1 million followers, whatever. You get my point. But look at this guy. Now, I don't judge a book by its cover. Clearly, looks creepy. But let's see, what is going on? What is the story about? It better be real. It better be good.
Describes himself as a collector of oddities. Police have been investigating him since they got a report of suspicious activity at his Pennsylvania home that was back in June. The activity, buying and selling human body parts, according to the tipster.
A search uncovered evidence of
Like an organ donor, guys? What do you think?
this, and police say he bought multiple human remains from an Arkansas woman, Candace Scott. In a statement, UAMS said that an employee of Arkansas Central Mortuary Services is under federal investigation after, quote, taking some human remains from the mortuary that were donated to UAMS. The hospital says it is extremely respectful of donors, adding, we are saddened and appalled that this happened. Further information on Candace Scott was not immediately available.
What was that all about? I don't think that's a clear. I gotta dive into that one later. They're apologizing? That's not a complete story. That's not a complete story. And you know that. Let me know if you guys know anything about this. All right. Now, how about this one for a flash today that literally came up like minutes before I went live? Flash mob loots 7-Eleven. Anne Heche's warning and Finland's frisky leader. It's funny. I was going to mention, because it was also around the internet yesterday, right? The Prime Minister of Finland party and whatnot. And again, I don't judge the book by its cover for sure. But what I've found is that that's exactly where our society, and especially our younger generations, are really going to this, like, are you an influencer? Not really a politician. Are you an influencer? And that's where it's at. And they're banking it, which is what I knew. It's almost like the AOC thing, which I forgot to pull that up. But I just found out today. Well, I actually knew. I'm like, how did she ever get elected? I remember looking it up a couple years ago. And they're like, well, she barely won, this and that. It was a stretch. But did you guys know she went for an audition for like an acting position? And this completely related to the Democrats looking for an actor. Again, I don't have it up, so I'm not going to get into it. Let me know if you guys knew anything about this, and I'll definitely go into it next time. But let's see this quick clip from the New York Post. Video released by the LAPD shows the mob jumping the counter and tossing cigarettes and lotto tickets.
I'm telling you now, like, red flag, red flag, red flag.
In 2021 episode of Better Together, Anne Heche says she warned Portia de Rossi about ex-Ellen DeGeneres. Heche, who died after an August 5th car crash, claimed DeGeneres' greed was the reason for the breakup. I've been reading that.
The hilarious thing is that all she wanted.
Oh, wait, is she going to say? I was going to say, you better show me a clip that Anne Heche said this.
Was money.
Let me see.
The hilarious thing is that all she wanted was money, and then she ends up marrying a person named Portia.
That's kind of humorous. Marriage finished. New eyebrow-rising video posted by Finnish tabloid Siska something shows the country's head of state, Sanna Marin, dancing with a mystery man. So what? Again, see, this is what I was talking about, okay, she's an influencer, and she's supposed to be the prime minister. Again, my whole thing is, I don't know why anyone's shocked about this. It's like, okay, so she's got footage that she's a party girl, or she could be a party guy, whatever. But it's like, oh, so she's putting it out there on social media. Like, politicians haven't been party, drugs, you name it, prostitutes, you name it, since forever. It's just that now it's on social media. Like, since when do we not know that these politicians are not upstanding, good people? Like, politicians, don't we all know? Like, the meaning of politician, a.k.a. liars, fakes, mooches. Okay, all right, I'm just saying. I don't know what's so different, except for the format. Wait, what did it just say there? The party girl prime minister who is married to Marcus Raikkonen? Okay, I know. I'm sorry, guys. Help me out on this one. Was already forced to deny being on drugs after other video of her was leaked. Didn't I just talk about politicians, the drugs, and the prostitutes and whatnot? Okay, all right. Okay, this is news, supposedly. All right, okay, all right. You guys have any input on that? What do you think? Do you want to know more what I think? Jay, Mr. Ragan or Reagan? Ragan did a really good AOC report on how she got elected. Ooh, thank you for telling me that, Jay. I'm going to look it up. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right. How about where especially Kamala Harris celebrating that bill they passed, what is it, 2 weeks now? And I'm sure you guys also saw, but of course I have to share this because I want to tell you what I see in the leaked video of our new IRS agents, the 87,000, because we don't owe enough money and we have to spend more money that we don't have to make people that don't have money also give you money. This is just insanity. This isn't me giving you my political stance. This is insanity. This is getting blood out of a turnip. You guys heard that one before? Okay. Did you guys see this one? And I actually have not watched it. I saw maybe like 2 seconds of the clip and I'm like, no. Because you know me, I like to watch stuff fresh and clean and live with you guys for the most part. So let's see. Okay, all right. They're like their first day of school, kind of a thing. Oh, good. All right. Oh, look at wheelchair too. Great. It looks like a nice, diverse crowd. I know the video's a little blurry. I really couldn't find wherever the leaked original footage was at. Well, here we go. All right. The IRS CID police. Oh, they're not even trying to hide it. So these IRS agents are of this new form of police task? Right, because we do so well on policing people.
All right, you guys got everybody here?
Wait. Why is that gun already grabbing? Isn't that funny? I meant to say this guy, and yet I guess I had a Freudian slip or whatever, and I said, why that gun? Why is that guy already grabbing his gun or his piece or whatever? Did you see that? Was it a cell phone? Oh, no, look. I would imagine they're gun toys, right, guys? Did you already know this? I would imagine. Gotta be play toys. Or, make believe. Oh, really? Oh, hold on. Is this their first day of training? Now, I don't know, but did they already go to like the shooting range? Are they already like licensed, they have a weapon. I mean, don't you, when you do those things first, like teach them how to handle the gun? Again, I don't know this. They could have already done this. But based on the way the guy just entered the room, it don't look like it. It's like they were given like this little memo. Okay, let's reenact. Let's pretend that this is what's going to happen. So when you knock on somebody's door, whether it's their business or their home, boom, and you're just going to pull it out just like that. I read the instructions or not the instructions, but with the requirements in order to get the job. And one of them was, be prepared to handle a weapon. Like you must be able to, that's part of the gig. Okay. So it was a free fall. Just anyone who's willing to do that.
Police, federal agent. Freeze.
Wow. Hey, they're not even trying to hide it. Look at that. Federal agent. Federal agent. Did they go through the whole process of being a federal agent? Isn't there like a school or something like that? And again, I'm being very simplistic. I'm talking like we're, 5 years old, because I don't want to get into the semantics. I don't want to get into the details of like who's right and here's the facts and I'm a lawyer. And no, I'm just looking at this as a normal human being. I think just regular human being going, something ain't right about this. Something's really wrong about this. And we know it. This is so F. Yeah, I agree, Jay. Freaking terrifying. Like, it's not already scary enough when people just, FBI doing what they do randomly. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me keep playing. Let me see what else. I don't even know if I can stomach this.
Hands up. Put your hands up. Got an arrest for you. Where's that example? Put your hands up and stop moving.
Right, that's what everyone's going to do, right? You're just supposed to put your hands up. You got no rights. They can just come in. You didn't open the door. You didn't let them in. This is, I think I've seen young children do better than this.
IRS special agent. Do you have any weapons on you? I'm not saying a thing. All right. You do what you got to do. I'm not saying anything.
Do you have any weapons on you? I love how they say that. Well, we have the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, but also the right to defend yourself. Anybody can be put a little vest on with that. Anybody can print that out, order it online, get it. Anybody can do this to you. I mean, so can anybody pretend to be FBI or pretend to be police. That happens all the time. But this is even crazier.
I have a permit. It's legal. Behind your back.
Can we take your weapon, please?
Well, if you're going to ask me, I don't know.
And you know what? Bless them for applying for the position. I'm sure they need the job, just like everyone else that supports tyranny. Because you need to get paid. If you have a family, you want to eat. Even if you don't have a family, it doesn't matter. Like, I understand.
I say no.
All right.
Getting arrested?
And that's what's scary. We already saw that with that 2-year lockdown BS. We already saw that. Where it was funny, like, ma'am, like whether I'm getting on a bus, right, or wherever I'm going, ma'am, you need to put your mask on. People that never had power a day in their life, not even in their own personal life, and then all of a sudden they're like, we know this. We know there's abuse and power in every level, no matter who you are, but especially when you've never had an ounce of it. You don't know how to manage that. And those who have the power abuse it, even when they know how to manage it correctly, even when they've been trained correctly. So can you imagine any Tom, Dick, and Harry can do this?
Your weapons on you?
No.
Can you please put your hands behind your back? Can you lean forward?
Let me give you a prediction right now. I don't even think I can finish watching this. Give me a second. Well, here's my prediction. These agents are going to get hurt. They are going to hurt themselves. You mark my words. This is dangerous to even put people in this position. I'm talking about the agents that are taking this position.
Can you please turn around? Bend over.
Yeah, right. It's going to be that easy. Nobody's going to struggle, nothing. So is this video like are they trying to tell these people that it's going to be that easy? You can just walk into anybody's place, home, business, and that's it. And they're going to cooperate because we sent everybody the memo that we hired all these people. And this is what we're going to do. We have to.
So the fun thing with the surf.
Oh, God. See, it must be Friday because I'm not all hyped up and pumped up. I'm more in the whole, no. Let's not get carried away. Let's not be hyperbolic. Let's see, Jay, what you got to say? This is going to kill so many. Yeah. I mean, I can see that, and I can see how you come to that conclusion, but it shouldn't even go there. We should not let this happen to go that far. This is a danger for everybody involved. And to think of how many Americans, or even people all over the world, being compliant to this bullshit global agenda that's always been there for decades. And now all of a sudden, I think it's the whole cognitive dissonance thing that I keep mentioning in all my lives, and I'm going to keep saying it. Or even you look at, Stockholm syndrome. You all of a sudden you have sympathy for the perp. It's amazing how, here's the thing. It's so easy to be like, oh my God, people are so stupid, or people are, full of fear, or they need to be more empowered. It's so easy to just be like, oh, these. But I see the good in everyone. And I'm going, they just trust. It's just hard for the brain to assume this kind of evil can live in a world, and especially in a country where you've had all these freedoms and comforts. And it's over there. Okay, so maybe the government spends too much. Maybe the politicians are corrupt, but, and we're going to get to that. Because I really think that the majority are good. And they're in denial, or they really don't know, and some people have even told me, like, I just can't handle the truth. Like, I just don't want to know. Like sex trafficking and children specifically, especially the issues about the border. I mentioned that in one of my lives as well. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before. And I had a comment saying, because I said there's no such thing as borders. What I mean is like physical, right? There's not like a physical line. Even if you build a wall, you can still jump over it. You can still fly over it. You know what I mean? Like, the world wasn't created or built, or I don't care whether you believe in God or the Big Bang. I don't care. Humans, we create it. Animals, they go wherever they need to go. They go wherever the water's at, wherever the food is at. So it makes sense that people are going to, if they're in a bad place and they're starving, they're going to go wherever the food is at. How the governments are reacting and handling it, that's a whole nother ballgame. And I invite you to talk about that with me, whether we talk about it today or another day. I definitely would love to talk about the whole border thing in detail on how, well, if you're going to create these borders, and I get it. This one commenter, which I greatly appreciate, he had mentioned that, well, they're coming over, they're taking resources that we're already, at odds with, like our, droughts and so many things, right? And I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, though, if we are fellow humans, don't we want to help everyone? But I'm not saying that people should come illegally, and I'm not saying that they should come through, smugglers and whatnot, and that literally the government, if you guys haven't looked it up, see if you can find it. I was going to pull it up today, but, I didn't want to go too hardcore on you guys today. But, like, literally they're giving people Social Security numbers, and they're giving people children and babies. And that's it. Like, whoever wants it, can you take it, please? And I think that's a form of help. But at the same time, I think that the people that are in charge, if they didn't want this happening, it wouldn't be happening. I'm going to pause right there. Because, again, everyone wants to blame everyone. Everyone wants to point the finger. Oh, it's them. It's that. It's this. It's what you said. No. Just It's overwhelming, to say the least. And I'm sure everybody wants to help at some level. But we have to unite and we have to be in agreement. It's not going to happen this way, which is great, right? Because again, the bad guys, they can get away with whatever they want. Bad guys in the government, bad guys in their neighborhood, bad guys, whether they're, in the same country or from a different country. There's bad guys everywhere. And I don't mean like bad guys as in males. Make that very clear. Just people. So, let me take a look at your chats because you guys are my fire, baby. Albert Rios, terrible training. You don't enter a room in straight line if you're planning to control a room. Thank you. They don't express any authority. Exactly. But I mean, who cares, right? The people that are hiring them, they don't care because they're not doing it. They're not the ones doing it. As usual. Remember back in the day, the kings would go to war and possibly die at war, even if they were protected, even if they were the last one to actually go in. But now, in our modern society, it doesn't happen that way. They go to bunkers. They hide. They do whatever. They don't die for their country. Has anybody ever thought about that or just pointed that out? Because I never hear that. Never hear that. And they act like they're men in charge? Pfft. You're not going to tell me, no. You can overpower me all you want, but in my mind, I can completely detach from my physical body. You could say, do what you want. You're not going to break my soul. You're not going to have it. I'm not going to give it to you. So, good luck enjoying that, because the power trip is partially that. Is your fear, you know what I mean? Your emotion, groveling. That's what gives them power. Fuck them. Okay, wait. Do you know I don't know that this guy, Sam Harris. But of course, I saw him in some clips yesterday. I had to pull this one up. Check this out. And so here's the main theme, that the cognitive dissonance, the denial, the ignorance, the brainwashing, the people should, just like when people go after somebody because they didn't say the right pronoun and they cancel them and try to ruin their lives, dox them, etc. These people, this Sam Harris, listen to this guy. This is just a clip. This is a clip. You guys see it? This is from a channel called Trigonometry. And as you can see, there's several clips. It's about an hour and a half long. Very interesting. I can go down all this, but it would take us all day. I just want to get to this point right here. Let me know in the comments if you guys have already seen this and what you think. And what do you know about this guy? So, of course, I read in their description. Can you guys see it? Let me see if when I scroll it up. Okay, good. You can see it. So I'm like, Sam Harris is a neuroscientist, philosopher, and author. His work touches on a wide range of topics, including rationality. Hold that one for a second in your head. Religion, ethics, free will, neuroscience, meditation, psychedelics, philosophy of mind, politics, terrorism, and artificial intelligence. He is the host of the podcast Making Sense and creator of the meditation app, in quote, Waking Up with Sam Harris. Again, with this woke stuff, you guys know how I feel about this woke stuff. If you're awake, truly, you can walk on water, baby. This guy doesn't look like he's walking on water. Wait. Just a couple of seconds of this guy, and you tell me. Again, this is what they wrote in the description. I could pull up, obviously, a bunch of stuff. I would have to spend some time really looking at, is he really all these things? Are they saying that he's these things? Or this is the bio he gave them to say? Because this guy has nothing to do with these topics when he opens his mouth. So are we is this a delusion? Is this a trick? Is this a magic trick here? Reminds me of David Copperfield making the Statue of Liberty disappear. Wait for it. All right, let's see. And this clip is specifically about suppression of a Hunter Biden's laptop story. Again, I don't take sides. I don't care who the president is, who was the president, wasn't the president. It's the truth and the fact that no one wants to deal with the truth. Of course, I'm generalizing, right? But even the way that these people are given this platform and they're these experts, first of all, although I don't judge a book by its cover, never do, but I do use my intuition to understand, to connect with the person. So right now, this guy's face, he doesn't exude those things at all. Why? Because he's not wearing a white, outfit and he's burning incense or something like that, right? No. Just, to me, especially as a woman, this guy doesn't look happy. This is not about the clip, this clip you're looking at right now. He's not somebody to me that is really happy and peace and confident. He actually looks, there's the right word is like, I just want to say twisted. It might not be the right word, but I let me know if you feel me when I say this. Okay, I'm going to push play.
Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared.
Whether you see this whole video or not, on your own, and I don't like it when they do that, right? When they cut certain clips and they take things out of context. I don't do that. I will never do that. I'm just saying, just sometimes, actually a lot of times, most of the time, the devil's in the details. Like the real answers and the truth comes out in the details. It's not about cutting things up and making them look a certain way. It's look at that body language, look at his hand. Let me rewind again.
Right. It's like, care what's in Hunter. I would frame it as, listen, I don't care what's in Hunter Biden's life. Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of...
The fact that he even started a little bit, okay? Like, skipped his words. I mean, I skip my words. But in this particular topic, it's like, I'm going to say this to stick to my gun about my beliefs versus... And so, therefore, it doesn't even matter what I just said, which is, I don't care if he has corpses in his basement of children. Is that what he said?
Children in his basement. I would not have cared.
Now, do you see how he shakes his head and he moves his hand like he's just dismissing it? Period. It's like, no, I really, truly, I don't care. So good for telling us that truth, my friend. But do you see? It's like, it's whatever I want, whatever I believe, the way I see it, and that's it. And nothing will change it. This happens in regular, normal, everyday relationships with people. If they refuse to believe that their partner's cheating on them, I know I use that example all the time because it really is the same. They can see you butt naked with someone else and be like, no, and I don't care because I'm focused on this. But everything matters. When I water my plants, if they don't get enough sun, that matters. Doesn't matter how much water I give them. In fact, you give them too much. If they don't have enough sun to evaporate all that moisture, right? You get me.
Right. It's like, there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? It's not Joe Biden. But even if Joe Biden, whatever.
Look at that. He doesn't sound like somebody who's got his shit, who knows it very well. He's like,
Scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, like, if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right? Or China.
That doesn't matter. Treason? Why has that ever been so important in history where people got their heads chopped off over it? And now? Delusional.
It is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in.
Again, I know he's got two people that is interviewing him, so he's looking both sides. But what a comparison. Corpses in the basement and treason with supposedly our threats. And I got nothing against China or Russia because I'm all about one world and we all stick together. We all need the same resources. Work together like a family. Even if you don't like each other, you learn to get along.
It's like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like there's just, it doesn't even stack up against.
What is he talking about? It's like a firefly to the sun. Hello? The moths that are attracted to the light. What is it? Is it something about Trump that's got some charisma, aka some sort of light?
Against Trump University. I mean, like,
I'm sorry, but to me, it's like the light bothers me, but the shadow, corpses in the basement, the dark, that doesn't.
there's just, it doesn't even,
Just
it doesn't,
think about what I just said to you.
doesn't even stack Firefly to the corruption we know Trump is involved in. It's like,
I'm not saying the guy's not corrupt. They're all corrupt. And nobody's perfect to begin with. But yeah, specifically people in power, people in politics, for sure. But doesn't even stack up. Where's your proof?
it's like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like, there's just, it doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop.
All right, like I said, you guys can watch this. There's so much more I could say about this, but you get me? Trump University is worse. Did you guys know anything about Trump's University? Did you guys look into it? Let me know. Like I said, if you're watching this replay, leave a comment, leave me links. I love to go down and down this. Don't accuse people. If you're going to say something like that, where's your proof and what exactly? That's just a blanket statement. Right. Trump University. Yeah, that's the biggest threat. And I don't know everything about Trump University. I don't. I know very, very little. But it's just his comeback, this is it. It's just, I get it. Like, when you don't like somebody, you're like, I don't care. I don't care if they save children. I don't care what they do. That's it. I don't like them. But I would have much more respect if the person just said that versus just blanket statements, derogatory, defamation, accusation. I mean, do you have anything to back your ass up? Again, I know I could have continued playing that clip, but I didn't know if you guys wanted me to continue. You want me to continue? Let me know. Let me see. Wait. Albert Rios, people need to speak out against that madness. Yes. And we're doing it right here, right now. Because the more we all know that this is madness, you know what I'm saying? The less likely we're going to walk in a situation or room and be like compliant. And I'm not about fighting. I'm not at all. I'm about loving, and let's talk and let's figure this out. Let's see. Welcome, Kosha Bull, or Kasha. Hope I said it right. Well, welcome. Harris is a typical left-wing, gatekeeping, so-called Jewish intellectual. I know, right? He sees himself as the new Noam Chomsky to keep the Gentiles confused, lost, and distracted. Wow, I didn't expect that comment. Thank you for sharing. I'm telling you, I am just sizing it up on the most basic level. Basic. Let me see. Albert Rios, Trump University, most have dead kids in the basement. Wait, what? Are you saying that there's Trump University is about what? Did I get you right? Is that a joke? I'm just saying, like, please clarify. Your Honor, can you please clarify? Can you please repeat the question? Oh, you mean go for it, Jay? Like to play it? All right. I'm going to go back. Oh, wait. Did I close it up? Hold on. Sorry about that. All right. I'm getting it. I'm pulling it up again. Because I actually literally closed it. I was like, all right. Well, like I said, too, what he had mentioned. Want to learn how to win an argument? Like I said, that it came, there was like, I like that they did the timestamps and that they, chose throughout the interview different topics. So here we go again. Let's see. Oh,
That doesn't anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop, in my view, right? Now that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was absolutely right, but I think it was warranted, right? And
I mean, again, I can appreciate that he's not hiding that he's being honest about that. Like, yep, we'll do whatever it takes. Just like sending the FBI raid to Trump, again, totally intimidated, totally trying to disappear, like get rid of somebody, any political opponent, by any means. And it's like, I think these guys even mentioned that. Like, you really think that's right to do that? Like, how is that fair?
and again, it's a coin toss as to whether
And
or
you're
not.
completely, you're basically saying that half of the nation is so messed up that you need to make all these decisions for them. So corruption is warranted because we think. So to me, it comes down to, and this guy's a meditation guy, where's his soul? Where's his soul? I'm really having a hard time with this guy's description. And neuroscientist, so basically he knows how to brainwash. He's such a neuroscientist. Religion. What does he know about religion? What is he, like a commentator about religion? Again, I'd have to go deeper with this guy, but just
That particular piece.
I'm really sorry. I was the one that said we should move on, but you've just said something I really struggle with there, which is you support
the kids in the basement.
No, fuck the kids in the
look at
basement.
him, and you think that's funny. You're dark, dude. You're dark. And you have a meditation app? You're dark. What kind of meditation are you talking about? Invoking evil? I mean,
I'm interested in democracy. You're saying you are content with a left-wing conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically re-elected as president.
I love that he said that because that's my point completely. They talk about democracy because they're called Democrats. If people look up democracy, it doesn't mean, in a nutshell, it just means that we the people, right? Or not just we the people, because that's the American Bill of Rights and whatnot, but just we the people, we humans, right? That we want to be able to all come to consensus and agree and make a decision and be a part of what's going to be happening to us. Not just some dictator coming in, doing what they want, right? But they use this word democracy like it's all about unity, democratic, this is the right thing because we do care about you. They're misusing the word, making people think that Democrats are more for the people and anybody who's not a Democrat is not for the people. But it's only if you agree with me. So that's not democracy. And if you don't agree with me, then you're out. This is like two religions, way beyond politics.
Well, no, I'm content. Well, but the thing is, it's just not left wing, right? So Liz Cheney is not left wing, right? Liz Cheney is doing everything in her power.
You're content with a conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically elected.
But there's nothing conspiracy. It's not. It was a conspiracy out in the open. But it doesn't matter if it was. It doesn't matter what part's conspiracy, what part's out in the open. I mean, I think it's like if people get together and talk about what should we do about this phenomenon. If it's like if there was an asteroid hurtling toward Earth. And we got in a room together with all of our friends and had a conversation about what we could do to deflect its course, right? Is that a conspiracy?
Oh, it sounds like you watched that movie on Netflix. Did you guys see that movie? Don't Look Up?
Like some of that conversation would be in public, some of it would be in private. We have a massive problem. We have an existential threat, right? Politically speaking, I consider Trump an existential threat to our democracy, right?
You see that? That's the delusional part. I don't care whether you're pro-Trump or you're not pro-Trump. The drama in this.
No, it's not. He's
the
not
dramatic statement.
Speaking,
our existence depends on one guy. Could be a girl. whatever, whether it's this country or another country, but on planet Earth, he's comparing Trump or a political opposition, especially because it's not Democrat. Because Liz Cheney, right? She's a Republican, but she acts Democratic. That's why he's like, oh, she's one of us, though. You know, she's a Republican, but she's one of us. Clearly. He used it. He used her himself as the example here. And it's funny because I was thinking it. I'm like, I was about to say it. But regardless, an asteroid, an existential.
And I consider Trump an existential threat to our democracy. Right now, he's not going to destroy the world.
I don't want to say this, guys, but I mean, seriously, this guy has no idea what it's like to be a force where people get moved and inspired. And like I said, I'm not siding with Trump. I'm not a Trumpster, whatever. That's your labels. That's your shit. My thing is, he's got charisma. Whatever he's got this light. He's got this energy that people want to look and listen. Even whether it's because they can't stand him, or they love him, or whatever, or because they're just bored. Because, you know, people are still in the middle. Not everybody is left or right, okay? A lot of us, from the whether we're left or we're right, when we're in the middle, we get pushed to one side or the other. Because of everybody's small way of thinking. Like there's only two flavors in life, guys. Can you imagine if the world was just vanilla and chocolate? That's what we're talking about here. And it's got to be vanilla. Chocolate could, it's an existential threat compared to an asteroid. Wow, you just gave this guy even more power, moron.
Very
Well,
likely.
if you destroy democracy in the process of protecting democracy.
No, but that doesn't
Exactly. Thank you. This guy's amazing.
destroy. No, our.
Oh, look. Do you see how he has to collect himself? He has to look up and down and go back. Look at him.
Protecting
Look at his
democracy.
body language.
But that
Look at him.
doesn't.
He has to adjust his seat. Both hands come up. He moves his eyes left to the right.
Destroy. No, our.
Oh, like, no, yeah, you're right. What I'm doing is bad, nefarious, it's evil, it's non-democratic. But
What I'm not suggesting, at no point was I suggesting we should stuff ballots or actually break the machinery.
guys, did you just see their body language? No, of course not. No, and you know what? He didn't suggest that. Absolutely. Let's not put words in his mouth. I get it. But the fact that he's saying it is because you're thinking it, number one. Number two, it's, just like we caught, like Project Veritas, a lot of people, especially Project Veritas, have got these guys on camera, CNN execs, saying, yeah, we did everything we had to do, the propaganda, the black square mirror that's in everybody's living room and their phones and everywhere, hospitals, airports, hotels, you name it. We made sure that we gave you that message.
Of democracy, but political opinion is already being just completely inundated with misinformation, biased takes, half truths, and outright lies, right? Like, or just the amplification of bad or misleading information based on the algorithm, right? So it's already just an abattoir of opinion, right? And now the question is, what can you do with your own biases and your own to get the outcome you think is actually better, not just for yourself personally, but for the world, right? So I'm completely unconflicted in the claim that a first Trump term was bad and a second Trump term would be bad, and it literally doesn't matter what else was on the menu. Like literally, pick a random American better than Trump in the Oval Office. Like the likelihood that you're going to get someone who's worse than Trump, given what I consider is bad about Trump, is,
But he never says it. He never says any details about why the university's bad. Again,
it's on the order of 1 in a million, right? Like you're not going to get worse than Trump if you pick at random. And Hillary Clinton, for all of her flaws, was not worse than Trump. Joe Biden, we could have known Joe Biden was going to just be comatose in office, not worse than Trump, right?
All right, I can't. Not anymore. That's it. No. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, God, I almost closed this. I almost closed our live window out. Now. He's saying that you have to be a Democrat because he's making it sound like it's Trump the person and there's only 1 in a million that could be worse than him. Really? How is this guy supposed to be an intellect, an author, and all this stuff? Oh, there hasn't been, and even to this day, Castro, you name it. All over the world, horrible leaders. Past, present, I'm sure in the future. I mean, if you see me blinking, my cables are crossing because that's what it's all about. It has to be all Democratic. I personally don't even believe in the two-party system. I know for a fact it doesn't work. Like I said about the vanilla chocolate. No. But the more that we look for people to tell us what to do or to protect us instead of us taking care of ourselves, our sovereignty, this will never end because whenever there's power, there's corruption. It's always been that way. It's a human trait. And it's up to us, just like when you're a parent, you have kids and you make sure that they don't get away with more and more and more because they will. You give them, what do they say? You give them an inch, they take a mile, right? In Spain, they say, you give them your hand, they take your arm. So I am being jovial about this conversation because I'm not trying to get anybody pissed off. I'm the first one doesn't like to get worked up because I'm not on a side and I'm just going, okay, this is not a real fair conversation. If I'm sitting across from this guy and he's saying, they just have to be all Democrat because even if they were bad, this is what you're saying. As long as they're Democrat. Even Biden, if he's dead, literally cannot function. And I hope that everyone's waking up in a way they've never woken up before all over the world. Because then who's running the show? But here's what I'm going to give this guy a little more credit. I'm going to actually say that I don't even think he believes in the shit that he's saying. I really do. I do not think he believes it. And I think it's that whole cognitive dissonance. It's like the whole, well, I'm going to stick with this because now I'm going to be embarrassed if I have to tell everybody I've been wrong this whole time. That's in a nutshell. Now, segue to that, I found this clip this morning also about Jocko Willink. Do you guys know who he is? And I didn't watch the clip, but what got me was the title of "There Are No Solutions in Life, Only Trade-Offs." And I really like this guy. I don't watch him all the time or anything, but I know of him. I've looked him up. And for the most part, I think he's got great knowledge, great wisdom, and he gives me good vibes. But what I want to share is what I haven't even watched yet, and you guys are watching this live with me, because I'm thinking, wait a minute, is there not solutions? Because I'm always about solutions. That's what I do for a living, is helping people find solutions, find the answers, the remedy, the strategy to get through whatever they're going through. So check this out. Let's see.
So I know that you're a fan of the Thomas Sowell quote where he says, "There's no solutions, only trade-offs." And this is something, in a roundabout way, that same concept is probably one of the most meaningful things that I've learned this year. What does that quote mean to you, or how have you reflected on that?
Well, especially from a leadership perspective, that's kind of where I talked about it for the first time. How the heck did you hear that quote from me? I don't know when I've said that. I guess I did some podcasts about it, but Yeah, it's very helpful to people's mindsets, I think. And that's when I talked about that, it was primarily to help people see that you're looking for a full-on solution to this problem, and there's probably not a full-on solution that's going to satisfy every aspect of this scenario. So what you have to do instead is you have to look for what's the trade-off going to be. I'm going to win a little bit here, I'm going to lose a little bit there, but overall, it's going to move me in the right direction. I think it's a good thing to understand, as opposed to going through life thinking that you're going to find a 100% solution, because it's not going to exist. So you're going to have to make trade-offs in life.
Okay. All right. I like what he said. I understand it completely. And in fact, isn't that funny that I didn't do this on purpose, and I just happened to like pick whatever few things that just want to share with you guys, and just touch base with you guys and see what else, what you guys think. It's all about connecting, right? So, but it's almost like a perfect segue to all these issues that we've been talking about today. The news, the politics, right? The culture, the differences. And here he's saying there's trade-offs. So wouldn't that be nice if we had this guy in office? And I don't mean president. I don't think there should be just one person that's a commander-in-chief. I mean, obviously, he's not alone, right? We got the vice president, et cetera, et cetera. We already know that, so don't get me wrong. I know, I'm with you there. But why don't they have people like him maybe being an advisor? Like these people that understand this about working together. Give me a second.
Douglas Murray came on the show and he was talking about this story from Christopher Hitchens, where Hitch told him that in life we have to choose our regrets. And what he meant by that was the fact that opportunity cost demands that you're going to have regrets. And I'd always thought that regrets were a bug, not a feature of life. I didn't realize that they were baked into the literal fabric of how we exist. So you could make the perfect decision.
Yep.
And still look back and have regrets about not making the other one, simply because of that open loop that we were talking about before.
Yep.
You don't know what the other thing could have been. And I was like, okay, so that's interesting that regrets are a feature, not a bug. But what does it mean that you need to choose them? Okay, well, given the fact that regrets are baked into the fabric of life, when you're making a decision, one of the things that you need to consider is which of these regrets can I live with and which of these regrets can I not live with? And that there's no solutions, only trade-offs thing speaks to the same energy.
100%. Do you own a house?
Yes.
So when a real estate agent told me this years and years ago, when you're looking at a house, there's going to be shortfalls. There's going to be problems with the house that you're looking at. And whether it's going to be, even if it's the perfect house, well, that means it's going to cost a ton. So that's the trade-off that you're going to make. And so what you have to do is you have to break down, like what you just said. Hey, listen, I wanted a bigger yard, but this one has a huge garage.
Okay, we get it. I get it. All right. But for me, there are solutions. There's a leak in one of the pipes. There's a solution. A lot of the problems that we have created. Imagine if we're living in nature and we're living completely basic, right? You build a log cabin or a teepee tent, whatever, right? You hunt, you forage. A problem happens. There's conflict. Maybe it's the neighbors. Maybe it's within the own family. Maybe there's a drought. So there's problems. There's always a solution or alternatives. So I don't, the whole trade-off as a blanket to everything, I don't agree with. I think that there are solutions. That's why diplomacy is so important. Talking, having a discussion. Okay, well, what do you want? I mean, that's the whole thing, like compromise. For years, I've been talking about compromise, and I learned years ago that for me, compromise was never feasible. It's not something I like doing. It's either, because to me, compromise is somebody loses or we both lose. Because if I compromise and give you what you want, I'm losing something I don't want, right? Like, let's say it could be something as basic as like, what movie do you want to watch, right? Oh, I want to watch a sci-fi. Well, I want to watch, action or something, right? And I'm like, well, I don't. Well, I don't either. Okay, well, tonight we'll watch a sci-fi and then tomorrow we'll watch. Like, that's a compromise. Yeah, but I still lose because if I have to sit there and watch something I don't want to watch at that very moment, you get what I mean? So I believe that compromise, everybody loses in some way, but I'm willing to compromise to keep the peace. But to say that there's no solutions and there's only trade-offs, I get his point, and he made his point very clear, but there are solutions. There are always solutions. Or we wouldn't even have the word fix it. We can't fix something. Isn't that a solution? I know. I don't want to get more deep. I have to go. It's my time. And I don't want to leave you, but I do. I ran out of time and I have another meeting that I have to get to. Because I show up. At the very least, I'm consistent. I'm not going anywhere. And I will be back. Guys, keep it coming. Keep signing in. Make sure to hit that notification bell. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. It helps the algorithm. It tells me that you like it. And if you don't, tell me that too. I want your criticism, your constructive criticism, your opinion, your suggestions. I do read them and I will share them. That's the other reason I want you to make sure you click also the notification button, because even when I have another channel and I click the notification for this channel, I literally won't get the notification sometimes. Sometimes I get it immediately and sometimes till the next day. And it's like, the live was yesterday. Why are you showing me this now? Just saying, keep your eyes open, keep your heart warm. And until next time, much love. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for being here.